Before we go on and try to wrap up this project, let's go back to the rubric and make sure that we remind ourselves of what it is we need to do. So the first thing is identify a problem we're solving. We've done that. Identify a category of information. Those are the rentals, trying to show different things that can be rented. A base class that refers to the rentals, the rental, vehicle rental that we created. Prototype list of items, that's our rental list. We have created a table view that shows our items. When we select a row in the table, we use a segue to go to the new screen. That new screen shows properties for the item selected on the previous screen. I have adjusted this. It used to say show all properties, but it doesn't necessarily have to show every single one. Let's just say relevant information, more than just one little thing. And then you should use at least two functions that each processes at least one of these properties and returns a value. So we have not done this part with the functions yet. We have a storyboard. We have code for our base class. We have not explained how functions we use to process data goes from an input to a return value, and we have not done 3 test values yet. So I want to bring your attention to this item right here, using functions, explaining how the functions work, and giving 3 test values. That's going to be the focus of this final video that I'm recording right now. So let's get to work. So for the purpose of testing, what I've done is I've actually gone to the project, which is here, and I've gone to the rentals document and also the vehicle rental, and I've taken both of these and I've pasted them into a new playground, just so that within the playground I can kind of test and make sure everything's working, and then I can just take those the functions that I write and put them right back into the place where I need to use them. So I've taken, this is my vehicle rental class, just paste that in there. I have the public vars that I've put together for all 5 of my rentals, and then I have my rental list. So I need 2 functions. Each one needs to be able to take an input and give a certain output. So I've designed this one first. Given a rental, given one of these rentals, I want to make a function that calculates the number of times it has been reviewed. So thumbs up or thumbs down. And so I picked a couple of these rentals. These are my tests, and so I should make it so that when I run this function on rental 5, I should get 16, because that's 15 thumbs up and 1 thumb down. Rental 2 should be 111, because rental 2 is 26 thumbs up and 85 thumbs down. So let's write this function. Let's call it func number of reviews. We're going to take in a rental, which is just going to be a vehicle rental, and it's going to give back an integer. All right. So this is going to be pretty straightforward, but I could I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible as what I'm doing. So let's make one variable and say let number of thumbs up be that rental, and we'll take just that property of thumbs up. And we'll do number of thumbs down be rental.thumbs down. Okay, I could do let total be the sum of those 2 things, so number of thumbs up plus number of thumbs down. And then, because I want to return that value, I'm going to return the total. Now, let's try this and see if it works. So let's do number of reviews, and for the rental here, let's put in rental 5, because I have predicted that this one should have a value of 16. We can run our whole playground now and see if that's what we end up with. And sure enough, there we have 16. And let's try number of reviews. And this is rental 2. So put that in there, and it runs, and sure enough, we get 111. You might say that maybe this doesn't have to be so complicated, and that is definitely true. We don't need this. We could just say that this is rental.thumbs up, and this is rental.thumbs down. But you'll notice this doesn't actually change anything in our function. We still get the values that we expect to have. It doesn't really matter what you put inside this function as long as it meets expectations. Let's try just one more to make sure that it's working. Let's do rental 3. One we haven't actually done yet, so this gives us 20. So now let's go up to rental 3 and just see that this is 20 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down, so we know that this is working. So since this passes all three of these tests, we know that this function does what we need it to do. Okay, so next thing, let's make up another function, and I'll describe it here. Let's say, given a true or false value for in good condition, the function gives a thumbs up or thumbs down emoji as a string as the output. So I actually have this. This is not correct. I want the input here to be able to be that if I put something that is false, I get a thumbs down emoji. And if I put in something that is true, I want thumbs up. Just delete this line here. So if the input is true, I want to output this. If it's false, it's that. So let's make this function. And we'll call it conditional emoji. We can name it whatever we want. Let's make the input in good condition, and that's going to be a bool, and it's going to output a string. All right. Because we have two possible values here, let's use an if-then statement. So let's do if in good condition is true, then we're going to return the thumbs up emoji. Put that in quotes. Okay, so there's that. Else, if that's not true, so that means in good condition is false. We only have two choices. This is going to return a thumbs down emoji. All right. So let's try this now. Conditional emoji in good condition. Let's just mark that as true, and we can see that gives us the thumbs up. And let's put that down here as well. Let's make this false. And so this gives us thumbs down. So we know that this is passing both of our tests for our test values. So we know that this function is working correctly. Now, how do we actually put these into our function? Well, both of these functions we have designed to be used in our detail view for our project. So this is going to be in our view controller file. And so I'm actually going to paste both of these functions down here in my detail view. And we'll paste this in the same function. I'm pasting these inside of the class because this is the view controller where this is going to be used, but they're not inside any existing function. I'm not putting it inside, for example, this view did load. Okay, so now to actually use these functions, let's go here, and I'm going to change this. Instead of saying that the vehicle rented number.text is rented this many number of times, I'm going to change this a little bit and say this vehicle has been reviewed. And inside here, instead of writing all of this, I'm going to use my new function. And that is, scroll down, number of reviews. And inside of that, I'm going to put in selected rental. Notice how much clearer that is. I'm going to put the exclamation point there because it is optional. Notice how much cleaner that is using the function to do that. And we have this vehicle condition label. We have two different situations, but since we have the if-else statement in the conditional emoji function, we can actually make this much simpler by just saying that the vehicle condition label dot text, let's just make it this condition of rental. And then we'll use string interpolation. And what we'll do is run conditional emoji, and in good condition, we'll make selected rental dot in good condition. So instead of having that if-then statement there, it's going to happen here. And so we have a little bit, got it. So let's do that. Again, since it's an optional, we need the exclamation point immediately afterwards. So let's now run this and see what it looks like. So now let's take a look at a couple of these items. If I select car, this is saying this vehicle has been reviewed 35 times, so I know that function is working correctly. The condition of this rental, there's my nice thumbs up emoji. The skateboard, on the other hand, not in good condition, and this vehicle has been reviewed 16 times. So those functions are working. Those functions are processing values for the rental. I've now met those requirements for the project.